Hello, everybody. My name is Ebony, aka DAAthren, and I am here today with Adulthood Knowledge 101. Yes, that's finally the official name I have given this video series. What I aim to do with these videos is to tell you about things that I wasn't prepared for when I reached adulthood. Um, for the first episode, you think I would talk about something serious like budgeting or dieting or getting a job. No, I'm going to keep the first video sweet and kind of on the vain side. As you can tell by, the lovely subtitle below, today I'm going to talk about adult acne. Yes, that's what the first subject we're going to talk about by. Why, you say? Well, when I hit about 19, I suddenly had acne troubles again. That was worse than when I had it as a teenager. I fought bad acne as a teenager for about from the time I was 11 until I was 16, and then I finally figured out what worked for me, which, by the way, that was Clear Skin by Avon. What you see on this tube that I'm holding right now, even though this is actually a new product in the line. Yeah. So I figured, why not go back to the thing that I tried as a teenager that worked so well for me? I ordered the whole entire new overhaul system, used it according to directions on the back. Like, this says to use it. Oh, it says to use it 2 to 3 times per week. So some days I was like putting 4 or 5 different products on my face, while other days I was only putting it on one thing on my face. My skin hated me. The breakouts that I had became worse. Literally, the reason why there's no pictures of me between the ages of 19 and 23 is because my skin was like a lizard's. It was scaly lizard skin. It was just gross and nasty and completely bumpy and just I felt like an ugly duckling. When I was younger, I felt like an ugly duckling because I was fat. Not really because of my face. There's people with worse acne problems than me. And yeah, I literally was just like, I thought I was turning into Lizard Man. It was like something out of a comic book, and I couldn't believe this was happening to my skin. And I tried everything. I talked to my doctor. My doctor said change of diet. I talked to older friends. My older friends told me to use witch hazel. I looked on the Google and they told me to use Proactive, and I used Proactive, and it got rid of my acne for the most part, but it left me with flaky skin. Like, my skin would literally peel off in layers. And I knew it was just dead skin. I knew it wasn't live active skin and it wasn't literally eating my face off. But I was still just as embarrassed to go out or get pictures taken because it looked like I had baby powder all over my face. It was that ashy. But after doing some Googling, starting my own body product business, and going to like people older, like 50 or 60, who had beautiful, gorgeous skin in their older age, I realized what I was doing wrong. Now, here is my warning that you're going to hear probably 5 or 10 times after this moment. Different strokes for different folks. What works for my skin, which might be almost exactly like what you're having skin problems with, might not work for you. It's all about chemical balances. Acne is part genetics, part hygiene. Just different strokes for different folks. I'll be giving reviews of products that I'm using because now that I'm almost 28 years old, I want to work on my complexion. I don't want to have these acne scars. I don't want to have these scars from where somebody literally left a dental record in my cheek. We won't go into details. I want my skin to be even. Some spots are lighter than other spots, and I want my face to be an even skin tone and an even complexion, like my arms are, my shoulders, the rest of my body. I mean, of course, I have tan lines. I mean, look at that yellow compared to the brown up here. But, you know, sorry for adjusting my braless boobies in front of your face. But, you know, I'm older now. I'm working on my diet. I've lost almost 80 pounds. And, I'm got health insurance, so I'm working on my health. Why wouldn't I bring my skin into that equation? So, yeah, back to the timeline. So, I'm sitting up 23 having terrible, terrible skin issues. I Google, I found information, and then I realized what I was doing wrong for my skin. I was putting too many chemicals on my skin. Now, some of you are thinking, well, duh, putting 2 or 3 products on your skin almost every other day is not going to help any issue. But there's people out there that need to do that to get their skin to the flawless complexion that you and I are jealous of. They have to use 3 or 4 different products to get what they want out of how they want how they want to view themselves. So, some people have to turn to medicine to fix their acne issues. Some people, you know, have to swamp their body with medicines on the inside and out. Some have to have surgery to fix the problem of severe acne. It's not just on the face too. There's body acne, back acne, just when you're a teenager, your body's always growing. You're spurting through growth like there's no tomorrow. You have your body pumping tons of hormones into you that gives you either flawless skin, dewy skin, perfect skin, acne prone skin. Just your body's changing and hasn't settled down. But once you hit 19, 20, your body pretty much goes from full ranging hormones to barely hormonal at all. And your skin settles into itself, and sometimes for some people like me, you're stuck figuring out how to fix acne all over again when you thought that was just a teenager thing. The thing that worked for me was to make my routine simple but effective. I have combination skin. In here, over the dimples in my cheeks, down my nose, a little bit in this area, it's oily. It's nothing but oil. Like, I lift my head up towards my ceiling light, and I'm pretty sure you see lots of oil right now, even though I took a bath last night. My skin would flake up. Genetically, because my mom has acne problems, it runs in our family. I knew I was having genetic problems of having my skin shed all the time. I also didn't have sensitive skin. So I knew that because I didn't have sensitive skin, because I had oily spots, but I would also have drier spots, I needed to find something that was going to help shed my skin evenly, have a little bit of acne medicine to help prevent bigger pimples from forming, but wasn't so strong that it was going to dry out the less oily parts of my face. And even though I don't have any right now, I have to buy it this weekend, and I'll be buying a lot of products to try on my skin this weekend. The thing that worked for me was St. Ives apricot scrub. It's like a staple for most people's skin routines. Like, it's the best exfoliator out there. It's better than, $40, $50 exfoliators that you can get from like Lancome and places like, and companies like that. It's simple but effective. And from stocking shelves at Walmart, I knew St. Ives came up with different formulas for different type of skin problems in the apricot scrub formula. The one I picked up is the apricot scrub with sulfuric acid in it. It has like 1% sulfuric acid. Like, it's just a staple. Salicylic, I don't even know how to pronounce it. SALICYLIC acid 0.5%. I think the most I've seen over the counter is like 0.2, is like 2%, and that's like the more expensive, stronger formula. But I knew I needed a little bit of acne medicine, I needed an exfoliator, and I needed a cleanser. And the St. Ives apricot scrub was all of those things for me. Um, another warning, another two warnings. Different strokes for different folks. That worked for me, but it might not work for you. You really have to get to know your face. You need to learn the different types of facial types you can have. There's sensitive skin, undersensitive skin, there's super oily skin, there's combination skin, there's dry skin, there's sensitive skin. There's so many different skin types out there, and so many subcategories of those different skin types. You have to know what your skin does. Do you break out when you're stressful? Do you break out when you don't bathe every day? Do you break out instantly after you have a workout? All these different questions you can ask yourself about your skin will help you figure out the best choices. Once you learn what your skin truly is, it makes finding the solution for you easier. My solution was St. Ives apricot scrub with the S acid in it. And second warning, there's no instant fix for acne. If you have a hot date in 2 days and you need something quick, it's just not going to happen. You should probably just keep up a regular acne routine. It's just, you're not going to get instant results. Anything that's going to instantly fix your skin or temporarily fix your skin is not going to keep your skin radiant and beautiful in the long term. It's just not. You might have perfect skin for one day after waiting 2 weeks for that day, and then it might be all downhill from there. So it took about 2 weeks, 3 weeks before I really started seeing the most drastic of changes. The first week, I noticed my skin was smoother. It wasn't getting as oily during the day. By the second week, I realized I had this natural dewy kind of brightness to my face. And I noticed that some of the bigger pimples weren't showing up. By week 3, my breakouts had pretty much gone like AWOL. I had a few blackheads here and there, but nothing different. And by 4, pretty much all of my acne had cleared up. That was my timeline. I tell everybody to at least give it 2 weeks before you see little differences, and 4 weeks before you see a major difference. It shouldn't take any longer than that. Medications that you have to take that you get from a dermatologist, that's a different story. But most over-the-counter products, I have noticed that it always makes your skin worse before it makes it better. Because, your skin has to get used to it being clean again. I know, that seems really odd. You would think your skin would be grateful that it was clean, but if it's used to being slightly cloggy, slightly oily all the time, things like that, your skin is not going to know what to do with itself when you suddenly take all of that away. It's going to cause flare-ups. Your pores are going to be bigger. Your skin might get oilier trying to make up for the oil that you took away. These are just natural things your body does. You're applying a type of chemical on your face. Everything's made up of different types of chemicals. A natural chemical is not going to be any different than a manufactured chemical. Chemical is a chemical. It's going to throw things out of balance in you at first, and then it's going to help smooth things out in the long run. Most of the time. Again, another warning, different strokes for different folks. These are just roundabout numbers that I've compared with Google and with my personal experience. I'm not a professional. I didn't go to dermatologist school. I'm got the same resources that you have about these types of things. You can probably find information on what I've backed up on Google. Now, there's seasonal changes. Your skin does different things in different weathers. Spring and fall are when my skin is the most hassle-free thing. You know, the apricot scrub is enough to take care of anything that comes my way. But in the summer, my skin gets oilier to make up for the heat, especially where I live in Salisbury, Maryland. It's very humid here. So it kills my skin. I'm sweating balls all the time if I don't have AC properly in my house. You know, my skin gets oilier to try to keep my face hydrated, and just it causes breakouts. Now, with seasonal changes, I usually keep, a little something something in my routine. Right now, for because of how I know my skin type, I have a deep treatment mask for in the summertime. This deep treatment mask has a little bit of clay in it, things like that. And it helps pull that extra oil that my face likes to produce out of it. And it gives me a little bit of acne medicine to handle the pimples and the slight outbreaks that are going to happen because it's the summertime. So right here I have the Avon Clear Skin Blackhead Eliminating Deep Treatment Mask. I do this, it says to use it 2 to 3 times a week, but because of my, my strong skin, and because of where it's a deep treatment mask, it really gets down there. I use this once a week. I might do it a couple of hours before I'm supposed to go out or something because I know I'm going to be sweating or being really active. So this helps keep the clogs to a minimum. So yeah, there's that. Now in the wintertime, it gets really, really dry here in the wintertime, and houses here either have really strong electric heat or really strong gas heat, which makes the air really dry. And of course, going out, it's like 15, 20 degrees outside, and that coldness is not good for your skin, and it dries it out. My skin's really flaky, or it tries to be really flaky in the wintertime. So on top of my apricot scrub, which I don't think I mentioned, but I do it every other day. Every other day is good for me. I know for other people who don't have prones for acne, I know for them using it every 3 days usually helps give their skin a nice glowy dewiness and squeaky cleanness that you can't argue with. Having squeaky clean, perfect skin is awesome. But yeah, in wintertime, when I have dryness or severe dryness, I use the pore penetrating black mineral mask, which has a little bit of acid in it as well. See, it's from Clear Skin by Avon. This mask pretty much fights acne and helps my skin seal in the natural moisture that it has while putting a little extra oomph in it. It cleans my face and gives me acne medicine that gets trapped in my pores that helps fight breakouts on the long run. If I know I'm going to be in and out of the house a lot, like, if I have a job that I'm going to be working 4 or 5 days a weekend and I'm going to have to get to the car and out of the car and things like that, I'll use this once a week. If I'm in extended periods of time in the cold air, I'll use this twice a week. Again, I use my apricot scrub every other day, or every other time I take a bath, because I won't deny it, I don't take a bath every other day. If I don't need to look pretty for anybody and I'm not funky, I'm going to sit down and play games all day. So yeah, these 2 products run about $6-7 plus shipping and handling. You can get this from your local Avon representative, or you can order it directly online. My apricot scrub runs about $3 or $4. So yeah, I think that's all the information I can really give to you. Google is your friend. If you have combination skin like me, my routine might work for you, but in the end, just make sure not to overload your skin, and remember, what worked for you as a teenager is not going to work for you as an adult. And always consult your professionals. Well, I guess that's it. Talk to you guys later. Peace, love, and cheesecake.